Okay, so today is about undervalued property lah. So same thing, let's go into a very quick disclaimer. I think quite standard lah. We always want to have this before we start everything. So it's more to remind us that all these are more for education, illustrative purpose. So we can use all this as case study, but never a specific investment advice. Okay. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Let me go in here. So before that, maybe you talk about undervalued property. Okay. Who here wants to buy undervalued property? Maybe those who want maybe can put a one. Those don't want can put a two.
Sorry, how do you define undervalued property?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So before that, it's a very good question. It's a very good question. Oops. Sorry, Vivian, raise your hand, right? Vivian, you got any question? Before that, yeah. Is it
No. Actually, the reaction. I actually supposed to raise hand to say yes. I want undervalued.
Okay, but you asked someone asked a very good question. What's the difference between undervalued property and growth property? So yesterday, I believe John has done a very good job sharing about growth property. So in simple, right? Like remember 20 years ago, you buy the sale at 1,000 PSF. Everybody say it's very, very expensive already. Okay, but today, just yesterday you saw, right, about 3,000 PSF. Yeah, so growth property is something that is already very expensive already, but there is still room to grow even more. So this is what we call a definition of growth property lah. So for undervalued property here is that in simple terms, everybody buy at this price, okay, but you manage to get at lower price. Yeah, so like everybody go and buy a watch, same watch at $100. You're able to get it at $80. Yeah, so you will feel happy lah, because it's undervalued for you, you feel there's some discount for you. Yeah, am I right to say that? Do I answer your question? Is it Xiaoyi?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, okay, so this is where we want to start from, understanding what is undervalued property. So now the question, back to the question, do you want to have buy an undervalued property? Okay, maybe those who say one, put one. Those don't want, no need undervalue, straight away go for growth property one, you can put two. Okay, everybody wants, I think most of us want, okay. But let's look at what are the ways to find undervalued property. So this slide is more on the content lah. Okay, it's like you treat it like a content page. Okay, we will go into them in specific. Okay, so basically you have a run through today what we'll be going through. Like first of all, bank indication. I think this is quite popular. Most people out there will actually want to know what's the bank indication first before they actually proceed. I think this is quite common, but let us look at the details later. Second way is through GLS land. Okay, GLS land is government land sales. Okay, then number 3 is comparing transaction. Okay, so comparing also have a way one. We cannot be comparing district 1 to district 19, for example, because all districts have their different characteristic. Okay, I move on. Now the fourth one will be mortgage sale. Wow, a lot of people like, I like the, what I call that, the fire sale. People who need to sell through bank one means very, very cheap price. Yeah, so is it true or not? Let us debate more about it later. Then of course, the next one will be the affordability. I think yesterday, Emin has touched on it already, and I think it's a very important subject. Okay, it really helped us to form insights, okay, and not just based on info and then just go in blindly and so on, because it helps us feel the market, feel what's ahead. Okay, today we don't want to buy house based on the past, already gone already, yeah, but when we want to know, hey, what's ahead for me? Yeah, do I buy now got risk or not? What kind of risk I want to know? Okay, so all this will actually help us to form a good analysis. Of course, the last one, district comparison. So there's a difference between comparing transaction and district comparison. So comparing transaction, very I would say the word is called very quantitative, very data, very information, a lot on past transaction. Okay, district comparison means based on your understanding. Yeah, so today, no, if everyone is Singaporean here or permanent residents here, or some of you actually are not Singaporean, don't grow up here one. Anybody? So I can assume everybody actually knows Singapore quite well lah. Yeah, so if you have grown up in Singapore, then you have a good sense of what each district can offer you. All right. Yeah, so actually we have a big head start compared to foreigners who want to invest in Singapore already. Yeah. Okay. So before I go on, this is the content page. Is aimed to help you get a big overview of what we're going through in the next maybe to about 2 hours. At this point of time, anybody has any question? Yeah, just keep it casual. Any question, just shout out. Yeah, I think Adrian got it already, right? Okay, he's still trying, no problem. Yeah. Okay, so any question, just stop me, huh? Yeah. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, the first one is about bank indication. Okay, so why from bank indication we can have chances to find undervalued property? So before that, let's talk about this lah. First of all, why maybe you can answer me this question. Why is bank indication important? Will you be happy if you buy higher than bank indication, or you will be happier if you buy lower than bank indication? Yeah, maybe if you are happy, you type a 1. Yeah, Saidi will say lower. Yeah, so we all want to what? We all want to pay lower than the rest lah. Nobody likes to pay above value. Yeah, thank you, Saidi. Adrian got audio already. Woohoo, yay. Okay, good. We are all set to go now. Okay, so is this one of the reasons I feel is nobody likes to pay above value one. You won't feel good. You won't feel good if you know that your neighbor pay 1.2 million, and then you are just one floor above only, but you pay 1.4 million. It's just a funny feeling inside, you see. So this is one important thing.
Hey, sorry.
Yep.
Can you explain definition of bank indication? How do we even get that bank indication?
Okay, so thank you for your question. So bank indication is why is it important? Because for example, okay, I want to buy a I see so many property already. I see 20 over property already. I want to decide to go and buy already. Okay, usually an advisor will actually help you to check the indication first. Why indication? Okay, indication is not bank valuation. Okay, I repeat, indication is not bank valuation. To get an official valuation, you need to pay money one. You need to pay maybe a couple of hundreds to get an actual valuation of the house. So you won't be go and pay so much. Let's say you are shortlisting 3 or 4, you won't want to go and pay a few thousand just to get their valuation, you see. So the closest thing we can go, one of the way is to go bank indication. Now, why will we want to ask for bank indication? Okay, because if you are negotiating, if the seller is asking a 1.5 for 1.5 million, okay, but the indication you ask the banker, hey, but banker, I want to buy this house, this address, this size, give all the details lah. The banker say, the bank indication I can only go 1.3 million. Okay, so there's a difference of 200,000. Okay, this 200,000, what will happen? Does anybody know? Okay, so this 200,000 is what we call COV, cash over valuation. And you cannot use this as using loan. You cannot pay this 200,000 using loan. You have to use cash. Okay, so if I ask you, if you need to pay 200,000 more cash, right, would you want to even proceed with this house or not? Okay, something to think about. Okay, something to think about. No right, no wrong. Because some house you may want to really pay a bit more because of some other factors in it. Yeah, so Saidip asks, so can we ask bank for indication for every property review? That is my next, if you see my next slide, okay, if you see my next slide, I asked at which stage. So this is exactly Saidip's question. At which stage, okay, should we ask for bank indication? Actually, this stage, right, is actually more towards you are about to, before you offer. Usually, is probably sometime you roughly shortlist and you really know that maybe this one or two properties probably which one you are going for already. Then you go and ask, because if you haven't even do your homework, right, okay, you say, okay, I want to buy property in district 4. Okay, then you ask the banker, hey banker, can you give me all the bank indication in whole district 4? Okay, no banker will entertain you one. Okay, no banker will entertain you one. Okay, so at which stage, to answer Saidip question, is probably towards the tail end, just before you commit and place your check, just to do a confirmation on the bank side. Okay, why we only do at that stage? Because later on, right, okay, there's a way to help you pre-qualify certain properties already. So your homework is not straight away good for us or bank indication. Your homework is, at your home, you maybe go through some Excel, go through some analysis, okay. Then we go and see houses. Then you go and shortlist. Then just about you really want to commit, then you ask, double check again. Yeah, usually if your homework is done correctly, right, the bank indication, right, should not be too far off from what you predicted lah. Okay, so this is a step, okay, to actually be more safe lah, just to precaution lah, just make sure that the bank indication can match. Okay, so I give you a real life example. I remember last year COVID circuit breaker, everybody was a bit concerned of how's the market going to be. But at that period of time, still got people go and transact house or not? Got people still transact house. Yeah. So at the period of time, right, then some banks may not be able to match that valuation, Yeah. So if you are in that situation, it becomes like, because market become unstable, or become like a bit panic mode. So usually bank will match. But now bank decided not to match. Then we better make sure that the indication can at least the indication, even though it's not a bank valuation. Okay, so this is just a precaution step. If your homework is done correctly, your prediction should be quite close to the bank indication, and you should not have too much surprises over that. Okay, Saidi, do I answer your question? Thank you. Yeah. So Heiko also asked, how is bank indication calculated? Okay, I'm not a banker, but a short answer is that mainly is based on the transaction nearby. Okay, so your neighbor sell how much is quite important for you also. Okay, yeah. Then yes, or is it troublesome? Saidi also asked, is it troublesome for bank to answer? Yes, I believe I answered your question just now. If you go and ask all the properties in the whole district, no banker will entertain you. But if you just ask one or two, they will entertain you, because also they want your business. They hope that you take the loan from them. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me move on. Okay, so the next thing is that if the seller is already asking at a bank indication, or maybe a bit lower than the bank indication, does it tells us about this owner's motivation? Okay, same thing. If this owner is asking very high above bank indication, right, does it tells us something about this owner or not? Yeah. Okay, something to think about. Okay, let me move on. Okay, so the next one is about government land sales. Okay, hold on. Florence has a question, but this only applies to resale. I would say yes. I would say yes. Why I say yes? Let me elaborate. I will say yes because most of the time, okay, I say most of the time, and that's all the time. Most of the time, right? For new launches, okay, the whatever the developer actually put for the selling price, right? Most of the time, bank side will match. Okay, so that's why for the bank indication is more for resale lah. Okay, hope I answer your question. Okay, let me move on to the for new developments can't check. Okay, it's not through bank indication because like I said, most of the time it will already match already. Most of the time, banker will actually go ahead with with whatever that the developer actually put on the market. But there is a way to see how can we find undervalue in new developments. Okay, so Florence, you hold on first. I'm going to share with you about the new developments. Okay, so now we are at this government land sales. Okay, it's exactly talking about new developments. Okay, now government land sales. What is government land sales? Anybody knows about government land sales? Want to share? Anybody here? I believe there are some people who knows lah. Okay, yeah. Then okay, let me just give a quick definition. So there are about probably I would say mainly two ways to acquire land in Singapore for developers. First is through government. Government sell the land, developers bid for the land. Okay. The other way is en bloc. This is how the two ways developer can acquire land. Then of course the other way is long time past all the land leftover one. Okay, but those already got owners already. But most of the land here, I would say, is either you get en bloc or you get government land sales. Okay, so what happens for government land sales? Okay, I'll ask you a question. Why I say logic, insights, and opportunity here? Okay, may I ask you what is logic here? Okay, as Singapore, okay, such a small land, okay, and every year we are using up land, okay, through time, right? Through time, can you say that the land price will go more and more expensive or go cheaper and cheaper? If you think it's more and more expensive, you can put a Y. If you think that is getting cheaper and cheaper, you can put an N. Yeah, thank you, Saidit. Florence. Yeah, Xiaoyi also say Y. Yeah, yes. Also agree with land cost will go more and more expensive. Yeah, Heiko also. How about Michael? Michael, Vivian? Yeah, Adrian also. Yeah. Okay, so I all agree lah. Okay, why I ask this? Because it's very logical. We all understand one. Our Singapore land, we can reclaim lah, but how much can we reclaim? Okay. We always know that it's the land can very hard to, unless in future we got some new technology like the whole Singapore can become 2 layers or 3 layers. Yeah, but this is really too far-fetched already. So logically we will know through time Singapore price will go more and more expensive. It is a logic thing. But what about the insights? Insights is the next question is it every year? Is it every year? Okay, that the land costs go more and more expensive. Yeah. Okay, so something to ask ourselves, is it every year land costs go more and more expensive? And why we need insights? Because even though it's logical that the price will go more and more expensive, that means our property value we buy today, it will grow in future. Does it make sense for us to just close our eyes and just buy anything we want? Yeah, I believe the answer is not also lah. If not, y'all won't be here trying to learn how to find the undervalued property. So today, we need to be very, very cautious. Really not say that, okay, just buy anything, I feel that it's really quite heart pain, because some of my friends last time, before 10 years, 20 years ago, they bought, they today actually very hard to liquidate, because if they liquidate, they are losing money. Okay, so I would say that really need to be very cautious. Not say sure go up, not say just buy anything, and just wait for Singapore to do well. There are many other factors to look into it. That's why insight is very important. Yeah. So where are the opportunities? Later we go into it. Yeah, opportunities lies in many factors, and one of it is just now what I asked you. Is it every year the land cost will go more and more expensive? Yeah. Okay. So before I move on, demand versus supply determines the price. Florence, do you want to elaborate your question?
Yeah, so if let's say there's more supply, like the government is selling more, wouldn't it be, I mean, I don't know whether it'll be cheaper or not, or more developer decides to bid for it, then the price will increase. I don't know. I think there's some of these things are at play, right?
Yes, yes. Okay, I agree. I understand where you're coming from now. Yeah, you're right. So I would say I didn't study economics, but demand and supply is what they call it the main key thing, essence of economics. I have to agree that yes, demand and supply is something what we're looking at, but perhaps not what you are thinking. Okay, we will uncover it more later as the slides unfold. The short answer to your question is that yes, if there's more developer bidding for it, probably the price will go higher. But I also have some cases where I see there is very little, maybe a few developer bid for it, right? Okay, but the price is still quite high also. Yeah, so I won't say it's a hard science lah. We still have to look at other factors. Okay, one example is I would say, okay, let me think. Actually no. Okay, just for discussion's sake, like for example, uh, Avenue South residence. Okay, I'm not saying it's expensive or cheap now, but Avenue South residence is actually in the land that is very close to Greater Southern Waterfront. Okay, so if you ask me, just by this, wow, very close to Greater Southern Waterfront, is it a lot of government a lot of developer go and bid for it? Actually, not a lot. Like if you compare to other properties, other comparison to the other land that is launched at the same time. Okay, then the next question is, I want to go and understand why. Okay, because there is you for developer to buy that land, right? There is one condition. Okay, government want them to park one side of the land aside, right, for all the conservation purpose. So Avenue South, if you see there, right, there's one piece of land, right? Government say, hey, you cannot tear down that one. That one you must make good. You must not do anything with the land. Is with all the conservation houses. You must keep that. So developer will be like, wow, scratching their head. How do I profit from this land? Because I buy this land, but maybe 30% of the land I cannot use. Yeah, so probably a bit. Yeah, you're right, agent. Yeah, so these are some things that we need to dig deeper to understand. We can't just look at one data and decide, oh, okay, this one is oversupply, or that one is under supply. We can't do that. We want to understand why. Okay, that's why the insights.
But can I interrupt you for a while, but how will we find all these kind of news or information?
Wow, this one
because you're insider, so
no. Well, you say this word insider, I become very dangerous. I would say, how would you find actually it's really research lor. You will really like for me, I will do my own research. At the same time, I like to speak with John. I like to speak with Emin. Why? Because it's impossible for me alone to go and cover all the research the research can never be done one. The research can never be done one. Okay, you can always better your research. So every day I'm learning. Every day I'm learning from John. Every day I'm learning from Emin. Okay, but I myself already spent a lot of time to do research already. Yeah. So my suggestion is that today we are here. Okay, Emin, John, and I is here to try to be advising. We are in an advising role. That's why we all share with you all this information. Okay, but your purpose here is not to train yourself to be an advisor. Am I right to say that? Your purpose here is say, okay, I have an objective. I want to buy a house. I want to invest. I want to maybe liquidate some of my properties and then maybe go for better investment. That is your objective. So you remember your objective, okay, and then find what are the informations or education or learning materials here that can actually help in this objective. So you don't have to know all the insights in the whole Singapore. But let's say you have zoomed down at objective and say, hey Ken, I really want to buy something at District 4. Can you tell me more about District 4? What are the things I need to know? What are the things I don't need to what are the things I must know, okay, in order for me to make a better decision. Yeah. So that's where we come in. Yeah. Hope I answer your question, Florence.
Yeah, yes, it did. Thank you.
Yeah, can I just add on a little bit? All right, so don't worry that today you don't have insider information, because all of us want insider information, am I correct? Okay, so of course, I cannot train everyone to be the expert in one day. Okay, I also won't say that I know everything. So that's why we need a team. Like what Ken say, that we learn from each other. And throughout for the many different consulting sessions we do gain a lot of insights. So that's why we run this program so that we can slowly share. And I don't know whether you realize that we are just not one off. No, I teach you and then forget it. You still remember we got our networking session? Remember in our preview, we actually talk about networking sessions, we come together and then we share more insights. So this is actually an ongoing process of learning. Okay, and do you realize that today's knowledge will be irrelevant tomorrow also, right? Market can change, the situation can change. So what we do is a continuous adaptation to what is happening. But of course, all this information actually later when Ken start to share, you will start to gain the insights. So no worries, you are in good hands. Ken will show you how to actually look at like government sales, how to determine the price, is it correct or not? Yeah, so hope that everyone can help each other in this learning journey. Right? Hey, thanks, Ken.
Thanks, John. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, let me move on. Okay, let's talk about government land sales. So I want you all to imagine you are a property developer today. Okay, so government open up a tender on this land at maybe some place. Okay, no. So you are bidding for the land. Okay, now, so what happens is that there is a sales tender, then all the developers will go and bid. Okay, then congratulations, you are the developer who bought the land. Okay, and let's say you bought from Singapore government at 1,000 PSF. Okay, now do you need to have costs to go and build? You know, you need to build, right? You need to do marketing, you need to build show flat, you have other costs involved. Okay, so I need to add in other costs. It can be building costs, any other costs that will incur before the land become a nice condo to be able to sell. Okay, so let's say the cost is about 500 PSF, and the break-even cost now will be 1,500. Okay, now the fun question here. Maybe each of you can type in the chat. How much will you sell to the market if you're a developer of this land? You know your break-even cost is 1,500 PSF. Yeah, you can just put any figure in the chat. How much will you sell? 2002 PSF, 2005, 1,007, 2,000, 2005. Okay, wow, good. So okay, so this is a very good exercise Okay, because the reason is this do you realize that nobody will actually sell below 1,005? If you're a developer today, you will not sell below 1,005. Because why? Because you're losing you're losing business It's not logical to do this one. Yeah, we are in a business. I'm a developer. I buy this land because I want to earn profit. So it doesn't make sense for me to sell below 1,005. Okay. So can you see, right? The land cost can already determine how much the cost to the market, to the consumer already. It forms like a base like that. Okay. This land cost, right, is the foundation already. It's like a support already. Cannot be lower than this one. Yeah. Then confirm got other costs to take note. So some development, maybe the break-even cost maybe 300-400 PSF. Some development maybe more atas, more luxury or what. Maybe their break-even cost can go up to 800 to 1000 PSF. And we won't know, you see. Then some development, they need to go and get special approval. All these are costs they will have to factor in. Okay. And the thing is that where are the actually opportunities from here also? Because developer has maybe I got 300 units. Okay. Like for example, Vivian was saying 2005. Okay, if I want to aim 2005, right? Do I need to sell all the units at 2005? If I got 400 units to sell, yeah, I can actually sell some at cheaper, maybe sell some at 2002, some sell at 2008. You know, then end of the day I get my this 2005. Yeah, so this is how developer thinks. And if you think about it, right, there is some opportunity there already. Okay, because some of the units, right, to push sales, right, developer will actually price a bit lower than what they want. Yeah. Okay, of course, the market climate will also play a part also. Okay, so this is something to think about. And then, okay, how do you get all this data? Okay, I think this is why you're interested to know how to get this data. Okay, so over here, you can go to the website here. It's in the URA. Okay, we can go to land sales here. And what I love it is if you want to study how the past sales is like, you can go to here, past sales site. Now if you are really ready to invest already, you may want to look at the current URA GLS sites. These haven't released yet. They're about to, or they already released already. So already bidded, ready to, maybe in 1 year plus time will be launching. Okay, so you can stand by already. Okay, so these are the things that we go. Then let's say we go to past sales site, right? Then we can have all this. So usually most of the time we go for the first one, the commercial, hotel, white, industrial, and then you see that, right? Residential, excluding landed housing. Okay, so we go for that because that one more relevant for our context here. If you want to see more commercial, you can see from there. Landed housing also have. Then the rest are not so relevant already. So if I go in, what will happen? Okay, if I go in, then I will see all this. URA actually give us all this. So Singapore government is actually quite generous and quite really transparent. He give us all this information. And it's whether we want to go and take advantage of it. Yeah, and it's quite a lot if you really want to go into deep research. So I said, really know your objective, and then from your objective there, you see what you want to do with all these figures. Okay. Now let me, so for example, right? Okay, let's say I go about the first one. Okay, 28 May. So I have one Excel sent to you, so you can see from there. It's exactly just this. Okay, so to let you understand and play around with the figures if you want. So let's say for the first one, 28 May, and they closed already last year, October. Okay, Tanah Merah, Kechil Link. Anybody stay near there? Tanah Merah, Kechil Link. Anybody know where is this place? Tanah Merah. Yeah, okay. So you can see, what type of it? It's actually a residential with commercial on the first story. Okay, so you at least know what type of it. Of course, the lease 99, the residential. Okay, this one is same thing. So what over here is that the site area is about 8,000 plus square meter. Okay, so the GFA is about 24,000. So you need to convert to PSF so that you can easier for us to understand. So if you want to convert to PSF, right, what you do, right, you divide by 10.764. Heike got a question. What is GPR and what is GFA? Okay, I believe okay, I'm not too sure. Maybe John can help me. GPR should be gross plot ratio. Okay, and then GFA is gross floor area. Okay, gross floor area and is more important to us in terms of price, because there is certain guidelines, or you can say restriction, to what URA give developer to do. That means I give you a land of 10,000 square feet, right? Okay, this land, right, because of Singapore planning, right, this land can only build certain height, certain amount of house, or you can only use certain amount of the surface area to build something. Okay, so it directly affects how many units developer can build. Okay, so this one is more important for us. So if you want to know how to convert to your PSF, just a rough guide, this is not the a confirmed thing. A rough guide is to use this GFA 24,000, right? You divide it by 10.764, you will get a rough what you call that, PSF, which is the per square foot. Hey, sorry. I was ahead. I was talking about this one. Take this one. Sorry, PSM. Per square meter. So you convert to per square feet. You divide by 10.764. So if I do a quick math here, this is about 1,000. Yeah. Thanks, Imin. Yeah, cross floor area. So this is about. So if I convert to PSF, it will be a 1,000 PSF. Okay, so this plot of land cost the developer about 1,000 PSF. So far, everybody okay?
Sorry,
Hi.
can you repeat? Sorry, don't get how the calculation is done.
Okay, I did.
Okay, maybe I just jump in here on the GFA and GPR.
Yeah.
So Vivian, is that your question, or is it more of the PSF?
No, just how he calculated the GFA divide by, why divide by 10.76?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so anyway, I just put the definition for GFA and GPR on the chat. Yeah. Okay, Ken, sorry, yeah. Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I must apologize that I confused you all. I was looking at this number. Then I realized, how come Tanah Merah they're so expensive? That's why I know I something is wrong. Okay, so forget about just now. Look at this figure here. This figure here says PSM per square meter, per GFA or PSM. So based on this figure 10014.08, right? Okay, what you can do is you can divide it by 10.764. This is the formula to convert something from square meter to square feet. Okay, it's just like 100 cm is 1 meter. Okay, so this is the definition. So to convert the square meter to square feet, we divide by 10.764. So if you take this, you divide by 10.764, you roughly get about 1,000 PSF. So now it's very transparent to you, because why? You already know that this piece of land, right, that is awarded on last year November at Tanah Merah. Okay, already developer buying at 1,000 PSF. So if you are staying there and you really interested in buying a house there, right? Hey, can you actually start standby already? Okay, yeah. So then the next question is, hey, do you want to compare about what are the other? You see, there are so many others. Okay, there are so many others development there also. So do you want to also compare price a bit? Is this district calling for too high or what? Or is there other better new launch somewhere that is maybe nearby, or some other areas that you don't mind buying or staying there? Okay. Heiko, you seem to have a question. Oh no, okay. Now let me move on. Okay, so we come back to here. Okay, so this is the one that I want to show you lah. Just now I asked a question: is it every year the price will go in more and more expensive? Yeah. So now we have the answer. Yeah. Can y'all see the graph here? So what is this? Okay, it's actually the land bids. Okay, it's actually the land bids here. Okay, so we have land bid here. So it's from business time. Okay, and what happens is that you look at the bar here, okay? Simple average. So they just do a simple average on that. So it just goes to show us, it actually went down. 2008 actually quite high. But after the cooling measures come in, the land cost actually went down. Yeah. So this is also to tell us that, yeah, yes, correct. Very logical. Singapore very small. Buy a property. I hope 10 years it will sure earn money. Yeah. So you can go for that logic, but we still need to be very cautious on which one we pick. If not, there's a chance that we can get stuck for quite a while. And then when you get stuck, if your own stay still okay, but yesterday you talk about golden window, then you lose quite number of years, you see. Yeah, if you lose quite number of years, then we may be in a not so nice position. Okay, can we actually take advantage and maximize our opportunities? All right, so this is why this course is about. Okay, let me move on. Okay, we are at the third section already. Before that, just want to check everybody okay? Any questions so far? Yeah. Okay, agent say okay. Let me carry on. Okay, so comparing transaction, this one will really need y'all to exercise a bit already. Need to type something, need to click something already. Okay, so there's an Excel that we actually show you. You can do a bit of exercise there. We'll have some time that for you to get familiarized with that. But before that, let's talk about comparing transaction. Why is it important? Yeah, why is it important that if we want to find an undervalued property, first of all, we want to compare transaction. Anybody want to share? Why is it so important that you think that you want to compare transaction? Maybe Heiko, you want to share? Do you think it's important to compare transaction?
Then you don't buy so expensive.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah. So like very first, we don't want to buy something that is more expensive. We hope to be the one that get the best discount. Okay. So this is very important. I think what is more important also is that we don't want to overbuy. Then what if we stuck at this property? Or the moment we buy, market drop. Wow. Then how? Then just happens that I need to sell at this period. Actually quite hard pain. So we want to avoid this situation also. Okay. And this is how can it help you is at least make sure that your investment okay, is at the safe region. So that even when market drop, you may still have a buffer. Okay, and you don't have to be so anxious about it. Okay, you don't have to every day look at newspaper, wow, market how. Just be simple, live your life, relax, and then just enjoy the house, be it own stay or rental, and then just have the confidence that okay, market go up or go down, you know what you're doing. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say here. Okay. Now, what are the benefits? Also, like just now what Heiko said, if we can buy something that is much lower than the rest, then the rest become our safety net, you see. Yeah. In future, if it grow, right, other people earn lesser, but we earn more. So this is one of the benefits we can talk about also. Okay, so now activity time. Okay, let me just unshare here. Okay. Let's go to the Excel sheet. So you have this Excel on property comparison on the January to December one. There is one Excel on that. You all can open that up. Okay. So let me explain to you how it goes. Let me share screen first. So I give you all some time to find that file. Okay, property comparison. January to December 2020. You can compare up to 2 years if you want, but I just feel that based on what's happened last year, comparing one just last year actually should be more relevant. Okay, based on context. Okay, let me find the. So can you see the screen here on my Excel here? Can Okay, thank you, Vivian. So what is this? First of all, wow, the data come already. I'm not sure whether you're okay with data or not. Some people see data, wow, they will get very dizzy one. Some people see data very excited because they know that, we can find some gems in the data. Okay, so what is this? First of all, it is a property comparison of all the transactions. Transactions means done deal, not still in the market, already done deal, go through URA and already done already lah. Okay, caveated lodge already and so on. So this is important because this is exactly the price that buyer willing to buy. Okay, seller want to sell how much is not so important for us. We want to know at the end of the day, really got buyer or not? Really got people think that this area can sell this much or not? So this is a good thing for us to base on. But one thing we also want to know, this one is based on the past, correct? This is based on the past. It cannot tell us much about the future. Okay, so you must understand, this is good for what it is, but it's not everything. We are still need many other factors to come in, especially with all the knowledge that we learned yesterday from John of the growth story and so on. All this got to come in, okay, digest and come in. But like just now what Heike was sharing, yes, we still want to know the transaction because of the benefits that we can gain, and of course to avoid us having costly mistake. Okay, so how do we use this? Okay, if you can see, I just go through slowly. So just stop me if you all need me to slow down. Okay. Now this column here is a project name. Okay, sometimes by project name we do not know where it is, so we have a street name here to let us know roughly where are these lah. Okay. Now the type here is apartment or condominium. Okay, or executive apartment. Okay. For your information, landed data I did not put inside here because it will it's a different way of calculation. So if any of you are interested to buy landed or sell a landed, okay, please let us know. Maybe PM us or what, because we can probably during the 1-to-1 or 2-to-1, we can share more with you on landed. But over here is more for the strata houses, okay. Now apartment or condominium, if you ask me nowadays, depends, must really see the condo. Okay, some apartment looks like condominium, some condominium look like apartment. Yeah, so it really depends on where you're looking at. So I think it's safe for us to lump apartment, condominium and EC together for this comparison. Of course, this is district 1, 2, 3 or 4. Okay, and of course this is the RCR, CCR, OCR. Anybody need me to explain what is this, all these R's or not? Or everybody knows about all these R's already? Okay, can I move on? Or can go through? Okay, Florence, I'll go through. So OCR is outside central region. Okay, OCR. Do I have an OCR here? Okay, OCR. Can you see this? North Oaks, the Woodlands there. OCR, outside central region. This is our urban areas lah. Punggol, Tampines, Woodlands, Bukit Batok, all these are OCR. Okay. Now, CCR. Can you see CCR? Okay, 4th Avenue, Cairnhill Circle, all this in your core lah. The most expensive one, all the Orchard lah, all this. Okay, is your CCR. Then of course, then we left with the RCR. Okay, rest of core region. Okay, rest of core region. Like here, where we have Silat Avenue, we have Amber Road. All these are RCR. Okay, these are upper. I think this one should be upper Bukit Timah, if I'm not wrong. Pearl Bank, all these are RCR. Okay, hope I answer your question. Let me carry on. Okay, then tenure. Welcome. Then tenure. This one quite important because 99-year lease is different if you are only 5 years old, and it's different if you are already 40 years old. So during your research, right? Okay, if you are really buying a older apartment, right? Then maybe you may need to want to filter this off also. Okay, how to filter? Later I share with you. Now, of course, the type here we have resale, we have new sale. Like what you say just now, new launches are new sale. Resale are those owner buy from developer then sell again. We got one more category called sub sale, very very rare one. There's one more. If you see sub sale, right, what it means sub sale. Let me type here, then you all can understand. I type in the chat. So you see sub sale here means in between that means I buy from developer, then maybe before I collect key or before the developer announce CSC, right? During the time, right, I sell again to another buyer. So that is called sub sale.
Sorry, can you explain sub sale again? We didn't really get it.
Oh, okay. So new sales, right? New sale is from developer. You buy from developer, it's called new sale. Okay. Sub sale is after you buy from developer. Okay. But before you collect key, you sorry. Can I? Sorry about that. So sub sale is after you buy from developer. Okay. Before you collect key, you sell to another buyer. So the buyer buy from you, okay, not from the developer. Okay, so it's just the meaning of it. Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Then of course resale is your common one. Owner sell to another retail owner. Of course, price, this one self-explanatory, the quantum. On the area, okay. So if you're buying penthouse, or you're buying big houses, 2,000 square feet one, then you may need to filter away already. Okay. And let's say you have some floor preference. Your feng shui master say you must only buy at 10th floor or 12th floor. Anybody here need to consult feng shui one? Yeah, this one you'll be quite familiar. So if you got feng shui criteria, check it out first. Okay, if not, can waste a lot of time and quite tiring for you. PSF, okay, so it's simply the price divided.
Sorry, Heiko has a question. Is sub sale like resale?
Is sub sale like resale?
Maybe I just help him here. So like for example, sub sale is basically the sale is actually done before the completion. So let's say for example today I buy a property from developer, okay? Then before I get the key, I sell again. That means that is called sub sale already. Then but after I get the key, that is called resale. That's usually how we differentiate. Okay, of course now sub sale is actually really very minimal. Anybody know why not? Anybody want to guess how come sub sale now we don't have many sub sale? Thank you so much. Yes, because usually sub sale it incur SSD, seller stamp duty. So that's why now we sell sub sale. So there's one period we don't have SSD. So a lot of people go and flip properties. Go and buy from developer, immediately go and sell. So that was a crazy property days. Which is over already.
Yeah. Thanks, Imin. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
maybe I just ask one question.
Yes.
Since now sub sale got SSD, how come there's still sub sale? Just for everyone to think about. Why still got sub sale?
Is it because like emergency last minute? No choice.
Okay, maybe I just explain a bit because some people really like what you say. They cannot hold anymore. They will sell, and they incur stamp duty. They got to sell, so they lose money. That's what we try to avoid. Number two is because some of the property may have really make money. They might make a lot of money. So even when they sub sale, still make money. Yeah.
Yep. Thanks, John. Thanks, Amy and John. Yeah. So I hope that is sufficient. If not, I can add on is sub sale technically I would say it's like resale lah. You put to buy for another owner. But the difference here is that resale you can see the house. Sub-sales you still see the plans only lah. You don't have a physical house to go and see. Okay. Let's carry on. Yeah, so floor area. Yeah.
Sorry, so just one question. So sub-sale is before collecting the key lah.
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Okay. Then of course, the last part is the date. Which date you actually which date is transacted. Okay. So how do we play around with this? Can you see all these filter around here? This is a filter sign. Okay. So what you can do, let's say maybe you decide a district. Which district you are interested in? Anybody, you can type on the chat. Which district are you interested in to know the transaction? Anyone? Come, let's make it interactive lah. Since I'm going to do a demo, then we can. Tengah, no transaction yet. Sorry, no transaction yet, Tengah. So you must have some, okay, district, okay, I go the first one, I go the first one is district 10, So you can actually click the filter. How come nothing happened? I click the filter. Okay, so you see this, you have sort A to Z. Okay, sort Z to A. Okay, lowest to highest, highest to lowest. And then you have okay, this one no lah. You can actually even go filter by condition. You can click on it and play around. You can see what you want to play around. You see all this what text end with text exactly. All this you can play around. But here I can say, okay, let's clear everything. I want to find 10 only. So once I do this, I have all the district 10 transaction here. How come did not? Yeah, I click no. So you can play around in your computer. So I clear all, I go to 10, and then I click OK. You see here, all these become 10. So all this transaction, right, is in district 10. Okay. So for example, today I want to just do my research. Okay, I may just want to understand what is the PSF around here lah. So I can go to PSF here, I click the filter, I go to sort A to Z. Then I can also see here, the lowest PSF is about 1,000. Wow, freehold some more leh. Okay, 1,000. Then I go to my lower
Sorry,
one.
Ken, I think your screen has frozen. Are you able to use for Excel? Is that you're using from Google Doc, right?
Yes.
Are you able to do direct from Excel instead?
I don't have Excel leh. I use Google Sheet one. Yeah, I reload again.
Okay. Why don't I show on my screen? Then is you just say I can actually do it for you lah.
Okay, can. Thank you. I stop share lah. Yeah. But you all have any idea already how can you use this spreadsheet? Yeah, I have some idea, some inkling on what to do about. Can do your analysis already. So just now, remember we're talking about bank indication. Then we're asking, it's not possible for us to go and ask all the district 10 bank indication to the banker one. Yeah, banker will cannot entertain you, not the one to entertain you, not possible to entertain you because they got to one by one go and do. Yeah, so this is one way that you can do your homework. You want to buy something at district 10, then is it district 10? Yeah, then you can go to the PSF there. You can sort the PSF. So just now it's about 1,000 all the way to, if I'm not wrong, 4,000 PSF, right? Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, let me just go to the PSF column.
Yeah. PSF column. Yeah, you see you got okay, you got 900 all the way to I think 4,000 just now around there. So you have a range. Oh, cheapest PSF is 1,000, and then wow, can go as high as 4,000. Wow, District 10 not easy to filter because. So then the next question is, I want to know more details. Maybe how old is the property? Maybe the 1,000 PSF one are already 30 years old. Yeah, okay. So this will help you in actually do your research, because to you, you say, okay, do I want to go for the lowest PSF knowing that it is 30 years old or 40 years old? Do you really want? Yeah, for some of us, it may not be a choice that we want to go for, because the very old house may encompass with more problems that we don't know. Okay, but at the same time, for some people say, okay, I don't mind, it's low PSF, freehold some more leh. Okay, I don't mind, go ahead, you see. So you form your own analysis from there already. You know what are you looking at already. Okay, so when you go to a show flat, let's say in District 10, and they are actually selling at 3,000 PSF, then you already know, wow, 3,000 PSF, where you stand already. Then if you still want to buy, if you still think you have the conviction that this show flat can buy, then is it because of growth story, like what John was sharing yesterday? Is it because you believe, well, even though it's so expensive now, but it still have the room to grow into 4,000 or 5,000? Yeah, and you must have this conviction before you go in. Okay, if not, you can get very anxious while holding the property, and then when the market drop, and you will feel pain okay, then the question to ask yourself is that, can you hold or not? If you have not done all this planning before that, right, it's a very, very nervous situation when you actually hold your property. We want to buy a property, relax life, have fun, life is meaningful, not be a slave for our property. So this is something that we want to share across this okay. Any questions on the Excel sheet so far?
Sorry, the Excel sheet shows like houses that are already sold, right? Because I see there's a column that says date of sale.
Yes.
So but it may not be indicative, right? If you're going to get something that's around the area, or is it like pretty close?
Okay, so remember just now I was saying what is this and what this is not. So this is, yes, you are right, the transaction. What is good, what is useful for me is because that they are already as buyer willing to buy this property at this price. That is what I need to know, because I know that there's really a market there. There's really a market at 4,000 PSF, so that is good to know. But what this is not, this cannot help you to so-called predict the future, because this is past data Past data doesn't equate future value Yeah, but you want to know where you stand, you see. You want to know where you stand. So with this, if you spend maybe a good 20-30 minute very focus on what you want, like for example today you really want buy District 10, right? There's a lot of information you can come up from here one. For example, what about quantum? Just now we only compare PSF. What about quantum? Yeah, so I able to know that the buyers here, what is their capacity? Okay, what is their capacity? Later we'll go through exercise. Then I'll explain to you more about what is capacity affordability means. So means if I spend 2 million in District 10, is it okay or not? If I spend 2 million in District 28, is it okay or not? Same 2 million, but different district may have different outcome for you. Why? Because the buyer demographic difference. The people who stay there, people who will buy there, people who will be there, or be the landlords over there, people who will rent there is different. Yeah. So you see, this is a data you must know how to use. But for the very start, at least you know where you stand. At least you know that, let's say you are buying a district that is 1,000 PSF to 2,000 PSF. And now you are actually, there's a there's an owner selling at 2002 PSF. Wow, actually you know that if you really buy at 2002, you are the record holder already. Yeah. Will you be happy to be the record holder there? Oh, you'll be happy? You'll be happy to be a record holder?
Record holder in the sense like,
But the buyer, you buy the highest.
oh no, then no. I mean, like if I'm a seller, yes, I would want to be the record holder lah.
Yes, definitely. So you see, but is it true that all the buyers there all know how to do this? Is there a lot of buyers still buy overvalue? Is there buyers in the market still buy overvalue? Then I can tell you something more bizarre. People buy overvalue, right? They still very happy. You got see before or not? People they buy more expensive, they still very happy. Yeah. So this is something that really is some human psychology lah. But of course you must justify why you buy so high. There must be a reason. There must be a conviction. It's not say that you because to each his own. Everybody is different. No two of you are the same. Okay. Yeah. So there must be a reason why you willing to spend more and you're still so happy. You see? Yeah. But of course here today our objective is to find undervalue lah. There's some question. Let me see. Saidip was saying, can guide how do we continue to update the Excel sheet for future reference? Okay, I'll do that. Otherwise, we use outdated data. Okay, yes. How often does URA update this data? How often? I would say monthly. So today I should be able to find, today is March, I should be able to find February already. Okay, so where do we go? You mean you want to show them in the
Can, no problem. Yeah. So before that, maybe I just want to show a case example how I use this worksheet. So let's say, for example, I don't know, Ken, do you know, like for example, the Holland Village, right? How much are they selling? The residential at Holland Village, what's the price they're actually selling?
Ballpark, I think 2527 PSF.
25 to 27 PSF. So let's say, for example, you go and see a new launch saying that, oh, Holland V freehold 25 to 27. Then you want to see, wow, is it expensive or not? So first thing we do is actually we go district 10. We can actually sort district 10 like what I did just now. Okay, next, if you want, we can actually sort by, we also shrink down to the area, the size of the property. So we can say, let's say I'm actually looking for between, okay, I'm actually looking for, let's say, between maybe 800 to 1,001 square feet. Okay, so let's say I'm looking for like a 2 to 3 bedder, 800,000 square feet. So I can actually shrink down further. Then Holland V1 freehold, maybe I just look at freehold. Okay, I just look at the freehold, which is include 99999. Okay, the 999 and the freehold properties there. Okay. And I can sort. I sort by PSF. So I can go by largest to smallest. Hey, you tell me 2005, 2007, okay, can you see if let's say 2005, 2007, okay, the Leiden green is already, okay, let me just freeze this pane, then you all can see easier. View, freeze pane.
I better check now.
Okay. Yeah, 2527, okay leh. You see, I can actually have people are actually buying. We need to pay like 27 to 3,003. Okay, maybe not like Ben Holland's 3,000, 2,000. It's still okay. So this is one way to check. Okay, the other one, of course, here is this. Hey, if let's say I want to buy a freehold, that size resale, what's the cheapest I can get? Maybe I can get about 1,500, 1,600 if I actually don't mind staying here. Okay, if I don't mind resale, if I buy something here, 1,500, 1,600 freehold, of course it's resale. Then if next time I want to sell at 2,000, possible or not? Actually highly possible. Why? Because that area already transacted up to 25, 27. So these are some of the ways you can actually use this spreadsheet. Okay, hope I just gave another case example of how you can use this spreadsheet. So from there, you can actually see Number one, if you saw something, you want to compare, see whether is it too cheap or expensive. From here you can quickly see. Number two is, let's say you just want undervalued. And you don't mind resale most of the time, you just play this spreadsheet, then very quickly you can zoom into what property is likely to be undervalued. Okay, so these are two examples. So just now Saidip asked, where do you actually get all this information? Let me just show you. You can actually go to URA website. But I must say it's actually a very tedious process. I bet after I show you how I do it, most of you won't actually do it, or at least on a consistent basis. But let me just show you anyway. Okay, you go to property market data. Okay, then you go by search by property type and postal district. So down here you can actually choose. They actually give up to past 5 years. Up to past 5 years. Well, of course, you don't want to use data that is actually too far back, then the price may become meaningless. So no point comparing price with effect 3 years ago. I think max you can go is 2 years. Because 3 years ago, the price is probably too low. If you actually use that price as a benchmark, then you are not getting a very clear analysis. So let's say I just do past 1 year. I go up to maybe, okay, Jan 2000, 2020. Then you can choose either apartment or as an EC. Of course, you are landed one, but the thing is, this landed, we don't have enough data for the kind of comparison we are doing now. Okay, apartment. So usually down here, I actually don't select. Then you can choose a postal district you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then you go search. So they will give something like this. Then of course, if you want, you can actually download into CSV. So Saidip, I hope I answer your question. Okay, back to you, Ken.
Yep, thank you. Thanks, Emin, for sharing with us. Yeah, so you can actually do it on your own. But Heiko was asking, is there a way to tell the type of unit? Only can look at area. So there are two ways. One is based on your understanding of that district. Okay, you know that over here, this 2-bedroom is about this square feet one. Then you do a filter. So this is why you need a bit of understanding of the place. But sometimes very hard because the older houses bigger, the newer houses smaller. Yeah. So a bit tough. There's another easier way lah. You can just maybe buy us a coffee. We can actually show you another system that we use that filter by bedroom. So I can know that this is 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, or 4-bedroom. Yeah, but that one more specific, like you want certain projects, like let's say you want one per bank. Then from there, we can look at one per bank. What are the transaction? 2-bedroom transaction, this to this. 4-bedroom transaction, this to this. This one very specific. Then you will really know the room type and so on. Okay. Hope I answered your question, Heiko. Yeah. Okay. So I carry on now. Okay, let me. So can I continue to share my side screen?
Sure. Let me just get out my screen. Okay.
Okay. Do you all need like maybe a few minutes to play around with the Excel, or enough numbers already? Enough numbers already. Okay. Sorry, was like, enough numbers already. Okay, let's go. Okay, now we a bit more fun already. We are actually building up, going on to the more and more interesting topics. Okay. So the next one I want to share is actually this one. Mortgage sales. Yeah, so mortgage sales is what we commonly call the bank sales. May I ask, anybody has actually been to a auction before? Property auction or other type of auction before? No, haven't been to. Okay, so last time all the movies always make auction like very exciting. Something will happen in the auction, like some big players will, then everybody raise hand, then becomes higher and higher and higher. Very exciting, But honestly, my first experience in the auction very boring, man. Yeah, very, very, very boring. Yeah, people just sit down there, wait for things to pass, okay, and just to know what is the price only. They are not there to really buy one. So after I realized a few things, okay, that I asked myself, like, everybody say I want fire sales, I want bank sales, but is the mortgage sales really can find good deals or not? Yeah, what do you all think? Do you all think fire sales can really find good deals? If you think can, you put 1. If you think a bit hard, then you can put number 2. Yeah, can. Agent say can. Yeah. Side say can. Okay. Vivian also say can. Yeah. Xiaoyi. Okay, can. Yeah. So a lot of people say can. Okay, now I'm trying to prick your brain a bit. So the question here is this. Why can? Because fire sales people distress, people need to sell lower correct? Other people sell this much. Because of bank sales, I need to sell this much. So as a buyer, I benefit because I buy the lower one. Okay. Now, before we go on, right, one thing you need to know, when we talk about mortgage sales, right, there are usually 2 types of sales. Okay, maybe there are more, but I just make it simple. 2 types. The first type is what you all think, which is the fire sale, bank sale, distress sale, need to sell one. If not, the bank force the owner to sell. That is the first type. The second type is actually no different from what you can see in the resale one. Okay, so as a retail owner now, I can choose to sell myself. I can choose to engage agent to sell for me. I can also choose to get bank or get those kind of companies to do mortgaging sales to do option on this to help me sell. So doesn't mean my property is in the mortgage sale means I'm a distress sale. So the choices that you have, right, is a mixture of bank sales and they usually call the private treaty sale, which is the same thing as your resale.
Yeah, Ken.
Yeah.
Just can you just explain this a little bit more? Like, I mean, if the bank sale, I mean, you're right. The common understanding is bank sale mean that the person cannot pay back the mortgage. That's why the bank is possessing and selling it. That's the common explanation for bank sale.
Yep.
If that's the first option, right? The second option you mentioned is just it's as good as buying a normal resale property. Like, why is that the case? Like, why would I go if I have a house to sell? Why not just sell as a normal resale unit as opposed to going to the bank to get it to sell it?
Precisely, Saidip, you actually are on the dot. Precisely. So it's a question I want to ask you back again. Later we'll do a bit of discussion. If I can sell on the open market, why do I need to sell through the bank sales? It's something to really ask yourself. That's why I say prick your brain a bit for this session. Yeah, you are totally right. You're on the dot. You're on the dot. So for now, right, later I'll come back definitely. If I forget, please remind me. Okay. So for now, I just want to let you understand that when we say, oh, there's some auction going, there's some mortgage sale going. 2 months later, Knight Frank or what will be opening up with this auction. They got this choice of properties for sale. Let's go and look at it. In your mind, you must know that they are not all bank sales. They can be mixture of those bank sales and mixture of private treaty. Right? Okay, just to let you all know. Okay, so this is one key distinction. Any way to say you need any way to differentiate? Yes. It depends on the company that is doing the auction. Okay. People more willing to push price during the bidding. Yeah, Adrian, precisely. I was like, later I share more with you my experience. Okay. I answer Sandeep first. Some companies, if you go and I mean, it's very hard to standardize everything that they do. But some companies does, like for example, my company PropNext, we have our own auction team. When they release the info to us, right, they will tell us which one is bank sale, which one is private treaty. So they are very transparent. This one bank sale, this one private treaty. Okay. For some, they may not say, they may just lump it all together. Okay, so this one to understand your to answer your question. So you see, like just now I was sharing that if you really go and try out to go for auction, right, then you will probably be as disappointed as me. Because I was thinking of action, you see. Wow, the movies make the auction so exciting. I was thinking to see people who are raise hand, kind of thing. But it didn't happen, people are just waiting. Yeah. So what they can do, people will be waiting for like the auction finish already. Then they go behind door and give another offer. It's just boring one. Yeah. So it's not as exciting that if I put my property there, my price will really push up. This is a misconception. Yeah. You can go and experience yourself. You can go experience. Vivian asks, how do we get to know about fire sales? Who normally issue these sales? Okay. How do you get to know about fire sales? Vivian, I want to answer your question. If you ask this question, means you don't have fire sales. Sorry to say that. Okay. Fire sales means what? Means to put it simply, if I'm your so-called opportunity, if I'm so-called your doorway to the fire sale, okay, you must already have a check with me. This check, you must already say, hey Ken, as long as got fire sale, right, you don't even need to call me. You just put up the check. I don't care the price, I don't care where. The property could be a low floor property, face rubbish dump, all this. You don't care. You just want fire sales. You know why? Because it's that fast. Fire sale means very fast one. Okay, so for example, imagine a businessman who need some cash flow for his business. If not, the cash flow don't come in enough time, right? They will actually probably the company got to go bankrupt. But so they got properties, right? They sell the properties. They say, hey, my value is 4 million. Let's sell it at 3 million. Anybody want just sell at 3 million? It's that fast, And people who has all this connection will just jump in already. And very fast one. Don't see location. Don't care all this. Are you like that or not? Is it okay that end of you buy the house is face rubbish chute face highway then the whole house very run down a lot of rats maybe got leaking. Are you okay or not? If you're okay, then probably this is one of your strategy. But you must have some doorway okay, not so easy to go at fire sale. So this to answer.
Sorry, so fire sale means you don't actually have the time to go down and see the property.
By the time you go down, other people buy already.
So it's like what 24 hours kind of thing on
I would say that it's really that fast Okay, I personally don't have this experience. I don't know whether John has not, but I got one experience 10 minutes, really 10 minutes. That means the message come out to me I still remember it's about 10 a.m. 10:10 it said sold. I was like, huh? Oh, okay. This is my experience. That's fast, really fast. Yeah, really fast. But the kind of really in the movie one, no, I haven't experienced myself yet. Okay, so this is just some sharing with you all. Okay, so back to this mortgage sales. Okay. So what is the common misconception is that a lot of people think that it's surefire sales. But I always feel that what we shared just now earlier is very important. Even though it's mortgage sale, right? Please go and okay. John said that he can explain fire sale later in the afternoon. Okay. So where was I saying? Okay, so first misconception is don't think that everything is going to be cheap. Still go and do your comparison to your transaction data. And I can tell you, you will be quite surprised, right? The prices there, right, is not much difference from the resale market one. So is there really a cheap sale there? You must really dig. And sometimes you are really digging, right? You are digging with such a small option, you see. Your choices are so little. So maybe during that auction, maybe you only got about let's say you're going for a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom. Okay, maybe only got about 3-4 choices for you to choose only. Yeah. So do you want to limit yourself to that little choices? Yeah. And of course, just now, I think Saidip come in. This is just now where you come in. You jump the gun. You already see the future already. You will say, hey, even if they are really cheap, you must ask yourself, why are they cheap? Okay, yeah. So let me ask you a question also. If the bank, right? Okay, because bank sales now we talk about bank sales okay. I ask you a question. Nowadays, what is the loan that bank can loan you? The maximum loan. Let's say if you're a first time buyer. Is it 75%? Anybody? Bank can loan you 75%. So bank just need you to down pay how much? 25%. So the question is this: if bank put 75% on this property and you put 25% on this property, who is holding the bigger risk? Okay, Adrian has a point also lah. This bank can print their own money. Okay, but here what I'm trying to say that bank actually has their higher stake in that property also. And do you think that the bank want to sell cheap or not? Because if it's a mortgage sale, chances are is there outstanding loan? Is there outstanding loan? If there's outstanding loan, the bank will want to take back that loan also, you see. Yeah, so would it be necessary? Definitely cheap. At the same time, one thing to ask ourselves also, the danger due to the owner profile. Why the owner who owns that property end up getting into this distress situation? Is there any story behind this owner? Is there any debt or what? If you stay in this house, is there something that you need to take note of? Then of course, how do you feel lah? How do you feel if you are buying a bankrupt house? I mean, some of us maybe don't care, but let's say if you do business or what, most of the businessmen will want to avoid this buying over a bad omen house, I would say, if you know what I mean. Yeah, like something feels wrong, you see. I'm buying over maybe a not so good energy house, you know. Maybe this house make the previous owner bankrupt, and now I'm taking the house kind of thing. Yeah, so these are the things to take note. If you're really going for mortgage sale, you can find undervalued property. It's just you need to be very, very, very specific. Okay. So I want to stop here for a while before I move on. Anybody got anything want to share or questions? Okay, if not, I will carry on. Yep. Okay. So yeah, of course, this is some food for thought. As Saidip has helped me with this already. Yeah. Why do most people think of property selling in auction? If able to sell in open market, why must I go and sell in the auction? So there goes to say this: the importance of selection. Before you even buy, where you select, what type of property you select. That property you select, right, can find buyer or not? If that property you select, right, is a property that very hard to find buyer one, right, then one day when you want to sell, you may need to put inside this bank sales because cannot sell. Okay, so this is the issue. So I give you an example. I have an experience in just say I share experience. I feel experience can help you all retain knowledge better. I have this I don't want to say the name lah, but it's somewhere in Lorong Chuan. Okay, so they bought, I think 2013, 2012 like that. But when he bought a penthouse, and when he sold, I think like, because I never follow up, after that the owner actually migrated already. I think he had to sell 400 below what he buy. Painful or not? 400,000 below what he buy. Yeah. Okay. So the problem is his selection. Okay. So he wanted to buy a penthouse. Wow, penthouse very good. Yeah. But you must know that whole development, right? Every development is 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom only. So I ask you, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom attracts investors or attracts homestayer? If you think it's investor, you put 1. If you think it's homestayer, you put 2. Yeah, correct. So 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom attracts investor. Now I ask you another question. Do you think if you are an owner today and you want to sell a property, would you want to sell to own homestayer, or you want to sell to an investor? Which one will give you more better price? The homestayer, the family or own stayer, own use one will give you a better price, or investor will give you a better price? If you think it's the investor, you put 1. If you think it's the homestayer, you put 2. Which one will give you a better price? Yeah, Heiko say 2. Yeah, you are right. I want to sell to a person who use their own self, because why? They will give me a better price. Investor will say, hey, I want cheap. Cheap, then I buy. If don't cheap, I go elsewhere and buy already. Yeah. So the development, right? All the development is 1 bedroom to 2 bedroom. And the whole development naturally only attracts investor. So the price very hard to go up. And he owns a penthouse. A penthouse generally attracts homestayer, right? So that development, right, not able to attract homestayer. And when he want to sell that time, he no choice, he need to migrate. He just need to let go. He just need to let go and cash out. Then quite painful. He actually put in the bank, end up he sell quite low. But I also pity the buyer, even though he buy low at that price, right? Okay. Very hard for the buyer to sell in future also for that property. Yeah. Because how? Unless he keep on staying forever and ever. Yeah. Okay. So this is one example, one sharing to share also. Selection is very important. Okay, now remember this is the next section already about the affordability. Remember yesterday Emin shared about the affordability table, the decal thing. Okay, so today I want to share a bit more here to really delve in what is affordability means. Oh wait, before that, Adrian was saying if you really need the cash flow and dispose of property, maybe auction will be faster. Yeah, it's a comment, right? Yeah. So yeah. So affordability, 2 angles of looking at it. You today I want to buy a house. Okay, can I afford? This one is all the financial prudency. Okay, this one is important. But a lot of times, right, why Singaporeans overpay is because Singaporeans can afford, so they just buy, but they forget to think of another spectrum. Okay, not only just your affordability to buy, you must also think of your house, right? In future, the buyers what is their affordability? This is very important because if that area, simply put, that area, the affordability, that area, let's say for example, a small suburban town, the earning power there, we calculate probably about maybe 2 million max. Okay, but you are buying a property today at 2 million. So in future, right, people must buy a property probably at 2.4 million. Do we have enough of this buyer who have this 2.4 budget or not? But if you buy in another area where the affordability is people there 4-5 million, no problem, then this is a key thing. So this is often missed out, I would say that. Often missed out in buyers. So since it's often missed out and we are in this class, right? So it become an important thing for y'all. Yeah, because other people never think about it. So here you know about this insight. You must really learn how to use this piece of information. It will really help you to gain a lot of confidence in the market. Okay, so let me, this is what yesterday Emin was sharing. So if you can remember, I just want to help you to recall your memory. About here, 50% of Singaporeans can actually afford 1 million and above. Even if we use the conservative 40% TDSR. Okay, so affordability. But this is the whole Singapore. That means the whole Singapore, all the rich one, also rich one, all together is the average one. Yeah, so we have to really delve inside. Okay. Now, so I ask you a question today. If you have 2 million, will you buy a 2-bedroom in Marina, or would you buy a 4-bedroom in Sengkang? If you think it's Marina, you all put 1. If your choice is Sengkang, you put 2. Adrian 1, Xiao Yi 1, Heiko 1. How about Michael? Michael, you've been quiet. Haven't heard from you. About Florence, Vivian, are you there? What do you think? Would you Michael will be 1. Shall we say but also depends on what you're looking for. Yes. Yeah. Yes. I did not sure. Okay. Cool, good. Vivian, oh, okay. Okay. Sengkang got 2,000 square feet. Well, Saidip, seems like you have already do some research out there already. Okay, cool. Yeah. Humble. Okay, so this is just I would say I mean y'all get it lah. I would say y'all get it lah. The moment y'all say not sure or maybe kind of thing, y'all get it. Choosing a property, buying a property, it's not just by looking at these 2 sentences, you can choose one. There are many other factors. Maybe you're right, maybe Marina 500 square feet only. Sengkang, wow, got 2,000 square feet. Yeah, okay. So I make it simpler lah. Okay, make it simpler. Okay, if today you're buying for investment, you're not going to stay. Yeah, is it easier now to choose? Yeah, you confirm won't stay one. You just want for rental and for price to go up for investment. Then it becomes a bit more. Yeah, the agent will say 1 clearly. Okay, why? Because the profile in Marina 1, okay, can anytime 3 million, 4 million, 5 million is okay one, you know. Later we have the data to in fact you already have the data to substantiate this point already. Okay, Sengkang, okay, actually you'll be surprised about the data lah. Can also go as quite high as later you can see can go I think 4.6 million over there. I was also surprised but I also asked myself a question: is that a lot of such transaction? Okay, compared to District 1, definitely District 1 has way more. So it's a discussion. It really depends. Who say that? It depends on Xiao. It depends on what you are looking for. Okay, of course, for me, I stay in Punggol. My mother-in-law stay in Sengkang. My mother stay in Hougang. So to me, the Sengkang becomes very, very, very attractive for me. Because I know I can get better profits out elsewhere. But I cannot also compromise too much on my lifestyle, you see. You get what I mean? So there are many other factors to look in. Yeah. Because I still need my parents and parents-in-law to help to look after kids and so on. So these are the considerations. But today, if I have settled my house already, I only looking for investment. I believe I'll be more simpler for me to think ahead. Okay, so this exercise to prick your mind a bit. Okay, the next discussion. Okay, after we learn so many things, may I ask one question? Which one is more important, the PSF or the quantum? Just want to hear from the ground. Maybe if you think is PSF more important, you put A. If you think that quantum is more important, you put B. Or you can just shout out the answer lah. Yeah, if you prefer to. I just want to know the ground. What do you all think?
Sorry, I still don't understand what is quantum.
Quantum means, okay, I buy this house at 1 million. I buy this house at 2 million. Yeah, so this is quantum. The final figure that you buy. Yeah, PSF is like this house is 1,000 square feet. I buy at 1,000 PSF. Then therefore I buy at 1 million. Michael say quantum, right? B for quantum. Yeah. A for Adrian say quantum also. Yeah, more important. Okay. Saidip say for buyers who, I love Saidip, always give me more elaboration. For buyers who got limited money content. Oh, good. Yeah, so you have more clarity for the rest also. How about the rest? Okay, yeah. So you see, can we just, okay, maybe before I go there, why Okay, maybe Michael, can you share why do you think quantum more important? Yeah, maybe your answer different from Saideep. Michael, are you able to talk? Or maybe you are busy. Okay, no worries, no worries. How about okay, I want to hear from Heiko. Or Michael say affordability. Okay, yeah. So that's explain why you think quantum more important. Heiko, can I request you to elaborate why do you say both equally important? What is your thought process? Understand your mind works.
PSF let you compare with other transactions to see whether you are buying something under value, but end of the day, you still need to see how much you have Even if it's a cheap PSF, but it's a very big place, then the quantum is too large, then you also cannot afford.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Perfect answer. Yeah, I like your answer. Yeah. So you remember yesterday, John was sharing about the sequence. So a lot of agents out there today is, hey, I got a good product. I fit the product to you. Then why we don't like is because as consumer we don't like is because you're forcing me to that product. It's very pushy. It's very product selling. It's not what we want to do here. We want to do the opposite. Okay, you first. Then we go and find what are the products that suit you. So Heiko, you are totally on the dot. Okay, that you must also know where your comfort level is. What is comfortable for you. Be yourself lah. I would say be yourself lah. Like your thought process and my thought process and Emin's thought process is different. So yesterday we got a very interesting conversation. Like for Emin, he makes sense for him to get all the the longest monthly servicing. Why? Because to him, if the interest rate today is 1.4, he can easily get that money to get a better returns elsewhere. Yeah, but I may not be even, you see. I may not be that confident that I can get that returns, you see. But of course, after attending some of his course, I got more confidence. Okay, so okay. Okay. Again, so then where was I? Okay, so this is one thing. So in order, but let's say for me, okay, or let's say I got my relative who is 50 years old, 55 years old already. Okay, at that age, right, they may not be so willing to take some risk already. So we may need to tweak a bit based on her mindset and her thinking. Then from there we can actually give a better suggestion, and she can make a better decision based on that. So it's really back to you lah. I would say always back to you. Okay. Shall we have a short break? I think it's been quite a while in front of the screen. How long should we have a break, Emin?
Maybe just 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay.
Sorry, is there a lunch break?
Yes.
Yes.
What
1 to 2.
Oh, 1 to 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ken, during the break, can you explain to me again the difference between PSF and quantum? I get that quantum is the price of the property, but why is there a difference? Why do people choose PSF to look at PSF? Why do people choose to look at quantum?
Maybe I jump in
But
here and help.
First,
Yeah.
you guys want to go for breakfast?
No worries. Maybe I can jump in here and help. So of course, I think the first one, PSF is just like, okay, this unit is, let's say, $1 million, 1,000 square feet. Okay, when we say quantum, it's 1 million. When we say PSF, it's 1,000. So this one is actually clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, who actually look at what? So let's say, for example, for if investor, okay, think of it this way. Let's say, for example, you're investor, you are budget strapped. Okay, your budget strapped. You only can, let's say, invest up to $700,000. Okay, $7,000. Okay. Would you actually consider you may actually consider a 2,000 per square feet property, which is only like 350 square feet. Okay, which is actually happening. Okay, because 350 square feet, yeah, is for investment. Then you work out only $7,000, but PSF is 2,000. So in that sense, you know, as long as I'm a developer, I keep it the quantum low, but PSF high is okay. I still can sell. That means I'm an investor. I'll be looking at just okay. You're mute, so I can. If I'm an investor, then I just look at quantum.
If you are an investor, you look at quantum.
Correct, right? Because I don't care, you know, if let's say, you know, I only have 7,000, even that unit is, let's say, 12 square feet, per square foot is about $2,000, which is high. But I actually don't look at it. Why? Because it is actually 7,000 feet my budget.
As in I don't understand how come they can keep the price low, right? Like 750, but small square feet means per square feet is cheaper, is it?
No, per square feet is high.
Huh?
So let's say for example, we talk about this property, 400 square feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna write down here. Okay, 400 square feet. Okay.
400 square feet, which is like basically a studio unit.
Okay.
Okay. So if I charge like $2,000 per square feet.
Okay.
So that is only like 800,000.
1,000, yeah.
Okay. So like for example, like units like this, I still can sell. Why? Because the quantum is low, ma.
The quantum is 800,000, right?
Correct. The quantum is actually low, ma. So it's actually, even like in this case, actually still can sell. Okay, because 800,000. Okay, but if you actually look at per square feet, it's actually quite scary. Wow, $2,000 per square feet is actually quite scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so depends on what type of, I think what Ken just said is it actually depends on what kind of unit you're looking for. So if let's say you're investor, you're actually an investor, right? So in fact, a lot of times investors, they just focus on quantum.
I see.
Okay, if I buy like, you know, 800, next time I want to sell 1 million, possible not? Actually, it's still possible because quantum-wise, actually still very comfortable, even though the per square feet is actually very scary.
I see.
But if let's say you're buying like own stay, right, or you want to buy bigger units, usually focus on per square feet. Like just now, you can see a lot of comparisons actually all per square feet.
Yeah, correct. It's because it fits what you need, is it? Like your space. That's why you will look at per square feet.
Yes. You can say that. You can say that. Yeah, you can actually say that. So of course, investors and home buyer, they actually tend to look at it very differently.
Okay, thank you.
Florence, yeah.
But then are there some homestayers or home buyers who actually will also look at quantum, because that is something that they have to fork out?
Okay, so usually for home buyers, they look at both already. Very seldom, you can see, let's say, for example, if I'm a home buyer, I'm looking for 1,000 square feet, right? Okay. If you tell me that, okay, how should I put it? I'll be very sensitive to both. I'll be very sensitive to both quantum and PSF. Whereas for investor, they're probably just very focused on just the quantum. Yeah, they could have just very focused on quantum. Yes.
So am I right to say that it is more of like which is your more your inclination kind of thing that you will look at? So let's say, for example, I'm an investor, I'm probably more than inclined to look at how much money I can fork out and how much I have spare to put into the property.
You can say that,
right?
Yes.
But homeowners, because I think that in the long term I want to sell, so my PSF is more important to me. But I also need to get a loan from the bank, so quantum is also important.
You can say that, yes, correct, yeah.
Okay, right.
Okay. I think John has a comment. Is it, John? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, taking my break, yeah, I just want to give you some background history. If you look at many years ago, right, maybe 2000 onwards, right, a typical 3-bedroom will be what size? Probably 1,002 to 1,004 square feet size. It's quite standard. It's not like very small. So then the quantum is almost about there. So most people only compare per square foot. You know what I mean? Let's say this this house and that house, both of them also 1,000, 1,003 per square foot, not much difference. So you times it by 1,000, maybe one is 1.2, one is 1.3. So you say, hey, both of them are the same per square foot. Then you compare on per square foot to buy lah. Okay, but let's say today as the size gets smaller, what is a typical 3-room condo size? It can be small until about 700 plus square feet, correct? So then it becomes very cheap, but the per square foot could be very high, right? Do you see that? So it's only because recently when developers build smaller and smaller, then the quantum play start to come in. Yeah, last time, many years ago, most buyers only look at per square foot, correct or not? You mean?
Yeah, yes, correct. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because the size are almost the same everywhere. It's only the per square foot which one is higher, which one makes more sense. Yeah, and also why per square foot need to come in? You know why? Okay, have you ever wondered why still then why not just look at quantum 就够了嘛? Why must look at per square foot? Correct? Have you ever wondered why? No?
Yes.
Okay, very simple reason. Okay, very simple reason. Because does property age or not? The property will age, correct? I buy maybe today at 1,000 per square foot. Halfway, maybe left half the value cannot. Maybe 500 per square foot, correct? Make sense? Yeah, so the per square foot also makes sense when you want to look at how much lease was left and look at what is the market selling now and how much do I estimate. And based on this per square foot, I comes back the size and what is an affordable quantum or what is a reasonable quantum. Right. So, but never mind, don't worry. Later, right, I believe Cam will go through some exercise with you and then you will grasp the full concept between this PSF, that's per square foot, and quantum price. Also, hang on. So now, free your mind, relax first, take a break, go to the toilet. You come back, Cam will do some exercise with you and then you will see why we talk about these two. Yeah. All right.
Thank you very
Anything
much.
else to add? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's all. Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So we come back at 12:09 lah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a PP break. Hello, is everyone back? Oh, Saidip is back. Chow Yi is back. Heiko, Michael, Vivian, Adrian, Michael is back. Okay. So hope you have a good break. Then after this, a while more, then we go for lunch, okay? Yeah, if in a physical setting, we can go lunch together. But just imagine we are having lunch together. Hey, John, you're back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. You're outside now or at home?
At home. Yeah.
Okay. Go back to home lah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So hope you have a good PP break. Is much needed for me. Okay. So yeah, PSF and quantum. Let's carry on from there, right? Okay. It's normal that we have this a bit of confusion. Okay. Why it's actually quite confusing for the market now. I can tell you, what John shared just now is precisely, I would say, the story of PSF and quantum. Last time, you say you want to buy 3-bedroom, you can roughly tell one about 1,003 square feet one. So everywhere you go is about that one. It's a standard model. So when we talk about PSF, everybody understand. Because if you know, if the range is not so high, let's say it's 1,002 square feet, you know, I talk about 1,000 PSF, that means I'll be paying 1.2 million. Yeah. But then remember about this thing about the shoebox unit. Singapore start to have all the shoebox houses getting smaller and smaller, right? Today you can find 3-bedroom as small as, I think, 800 square feet. Do you know what I mean? Today you can find as small as 800 square feet. I don't know whether have you been to are you comfortable with the estimating the size or not? Okay, so if you went to show flat, you have seen 1-bedroom. Usually 1 bedroom is about 400 to 450 square feet. Yeah, then from there you can gauge what's the size and so on. So naturally, the PSF and quantum give a bit of confusion in the market, and I would say that if we can understand how to use this correctly, right, then definitely it will cut down all this confusion and help us to make a more informed decision before we actually go ahead. And as we do our research, we can know what is important for us. Yeah, so some of you already start to get it. Yeah, the quantum is important because end of the day is how much I loan from the bank Yeah, okay. So this one we see how lah. So but very funny one if quantum is important you will still hear people say, but the PSF so high. Yeah, then how? Wow, so very confused. Then end of the day don't do anything. Then no action done. Yeah, so we want to help you all on that to make it easier for you. Okay. Agent say you've seen smaller 4-room HDB in Toa Payoh. Yeah. Okay, let's go on here. So let's carry on this discussion. Then later we'll do some conclusion from there. Okay, so there is 2 properties. Okay, property A and B. Okay, both are in District 19. Okay, District 19 is where I stay Punggol Sengkang Hougang is the OCR outside core central region. Okay, now one is new. New means haven't built. Okay, you can actually go and buy and then stay in a new house Then property B is about 5 years old. Okay, about resale already 5 years old already not too old, not too bad. Okay, then the size is 750 and 1100. PSF. Okay, the property A is 1,002 PSF, property B is 1,001 PSF. This one no wrong, no right. It's just your preference. Then you can start to think through a few things, which some of you start to get it and really know how to plan accordingly already. So which one will you choose? Saidip choose, he will go for B. Then anybody else? If you choose for A, put A. Agent also say B. Self-stay, B. Okay. Any more answers? I need your answers so that I know how can facilitate the discussion, because this is really a discussion already. No wrong, no right one. It really depends on the objective. Florence still say B, Xiaoyi B. Okay, maybe can I ask if I can Vivian, may I ask why you choose B?
Okay, I was going to choose A because it's cheap. It's not really cheaper, but I guess I mistaken the numbers. So I will choose B is because the size is bigger, and I think I just like bigger house, and then price per square feet looks reasonable for the same district, but of course it's 5 years old, which is still fairly new. It's not really new. And the other questions I will ask myself is, exactly where is the location? So it's like what John used to ask us, right? There are other questions that we may also ask before we decide which one is actually more suitable.
Yeah. So it's thank you for your answers. So you can see that a simple exercise like that, right, start to let you look into your objective. Yeah, can I safely say that you are just now the thought process you are thinking of using it yourself, your own stay?
Actually more like family, like if I have a few people, at least maybe 3, 4, then I think it'll be fairly comfortable for
Yep.
that size.
Yep. So because we are going in at an angle that I want to use the house. I'm a
Yeah.
old player. Yeah. So technically, the square feet actually become a priority for me. So of course, Singaporeans generally want newer stuff, but this is more practical for me, right? So you see, your objective already. So a simple exercise like that, right, help you to fine tune. What actually should you be looking at? Okay. Now, if I go into this, will it change your decision?
If it's within my budget, right, and all the calculation that you all have taught yesterday, I will probably still stay with B because again the difference is about 300K.
Yeah.
I will also probably do the comparison that you all mentioned, the transaction comparison, to see whether this per square feet price for this size of a house is actually comparable to the rest.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So I'm quite happy because it means just now what we have been doing, right? You already can see how to apply all that we have learned just now already. All the transaction, the data, and so on. How do you know where you stand? Yeah, see, so many people. Heike also say still B if can afford. Adrian also says still B if can afford. Yeah. So the prerequisite is if can afford. Yeah. So there are people who, let's say, they cannot want. What do you think they will do? Probably they will have to go for the smaller house, right? Yeah. So this is actually what's happening in the they're just saying unless facing rubbish bin. Yeah, there are so many things to talk about. Yeah, okay. About many things coming out. What direction, west sun all these really into the details already. Yeah. But you can see how you can actually do what I call the onion effect. Okay, from where in the big area, right? Big perspective, where you want to buy. Okay, from what you learn from the undervalue from the growth story what John has shared yesterday, where you want to buy. Then you zoom down. Oh, now let's say I want to buy in the north side area. Okay, then I want to buy where? North side also big. Okay, sorry, why is it? Why are we coming back to the Yishun again? Okay, maybe you talk about the south side okay, south side. Then south side so big. Where you want to buy? We zoom down again. Then we zoom down again to maybe comparing 2 to 4 developments. All this can be done at your home comfort with your aircon, with your nice cup of coffee, Okay. Don't make the mistake of going to view houses. Don't say I want to buy a house today. Today I start to view house. I tell you after you build the first house, you'll be like, wow, very excited. By the time the 5th house, you start to get fatigue already. You don't know what you're feeling already. You buy whatever comes already. You after 15, 20 house you like, wow, really numb already, like, wow, very tiring. When can this process end? So my suggestion to you is that You have a choice to stay at home, relax with a good aircon, good coffee, and do some research first. And then if you have a partner, discuss with them, it's a very nice process. Buying house, investing is a very fun process. So make it really fun. Then just by all this, you can actually zoom down to maybe a few projects, And that is the time that you will say, okay, let's go and do my groundwork. This project, what good, that project, what good. Then we even zoom down to, this project good, but this tech, like just now what say, Adrian say, face rubbish bin, this tech no good, face rubbish bin cannot. This tech face expressway, how? This tech face swimming pool, how? You get to know which one is the best. Then after you zoom down to, okay, this unit and this unit, both are actually as good already, but maybe this one asking higher, this one asking lower. All these details are really zoomed down, Yeah, all this is, I would say, is a good good process. Pond view. I got pond view now. Yeah, maybe have a you tell. Maybe reservoir view. Okay, so this is some discussion. Now let's carry on from here, right? Okay, so the same property, right? Okay, now let's go for this. If I switch around, how? Now we only know the quantum lah. The quantum is 850, and then the PSF is 1,006, and the property is 1.1 million. B is 1 million, and same thing, 1,001 PSF. Yeah. Which one will you all choose? If A, I just put A. If B, just choose B lah. Just for the sake of massaging your thoughts process so far. Anyone have an answer already? If just by these figures, okay, Adrian will be B. Okay, how about the rest? B also. B. A lot of people B. Okay, so let's see how it turns out. Yeah, the size is very small. So you can tell. Okay, District 19. Most people is for own stay one. Okay, maybe if in a different district, you all may go for the a different one. I don't know. Yeah, but you see, all these are important. We only put 4 or 5 details here only. Okay, but what about other factors coming in? It will change your decision. Yeah, so my suggestion is that really know your objective. Then from there, just need to find out what you need to know. Okay, let's carry on. So from there is about we have gone through this PSF and quantum discussion. Okay, you also have understand actually there is a kind of funny confusion in the market about PSF and quantum. So what are we confused about? Okay, now simply put, at certain areas, right? Okay, this is I would say not hard and fast. Okay, you have to feel the market. You have to have a good sense of how people think, which is very good. You already have because if you grow up in Singapore or stay in Singapore for a while, you roughly know different district has different characteristic and so on. So it's a bit of what I call the qualitative analysis, where you actually there's some judgment to come in. So can I say, right, based on the exercise that we go just now, right, can I say that certain district, right, can be more PSS sensitive and certain district are more quantum sensitive? Is that a fair statement to say that? Do y'all agree? Okay, what I mean is this, District 19, most people go for own stay. Okay, probably they are more quantum sensitive. Okay, same as District 18 lah, Tampines lah, or Woodlands lah, all this. Because I need it to stay. Let's say I upgrade from HDB to private. Okay, I got 2 kids. Let's say I need some space, I cannot be then just look at the the PSF or what, investment, or like put 3 kids. Let's say my family got 3 kids, I squeeze them into two bedroom. Actually, can is can lah. It's whether you want or not. But most people will find it tough to compromise. Or most people is like that. Husband okay, wife not okay. Something like that. Yeah. So then we have to make a balance out there. Yeah. So generally, we will say that actually the mass market profile, right? Okay. Quantum actually more sensitive. Okay. Now, when we go into, like, let's say the core region, right? Okay. Investors lingo lah. Okay, because investors lingo like to talk about PSF mah. It's a psychology thing. There is no science behind it one. It's just that if I'm an investor, you are an investor, we will naturally talk in PSF one. It's like that. So maybe district 9, 10, 11 are more sensitive on PSF. Yeah. So, but then also very funny. Some just now you saw, right? District 10 can go up to 4,000 PSF. Yeah. So now we need to combine what? All this understanding we have, plus and get back to that. Remember the affordability just now. So we need to compare with logic. So we don't compare district 19 to district 2 or district 1 to district 18. You see, we don't do this. So when you do your maths that time, when you do your research that time, right? Okay, we want to compare apple to apple. Okay, so if you have a few districts, let's say usually it's like if you are own stay, right? Normally you have you know, if you're buying for own stay, right? Normally you already have some areas you want to buy already lah. Yeah, am I right to say that? Like for example, I stay in the northeast area. If I want to buy for own stay, I don't want to compromise on my lifestyle, I probably would have to find back that area. So same, I believe y'all also have a preferred area. But let's say today you're investing, you want to find the best growth, then you start to combine what John has shared yesterday. You know, wow, what's going on in the west lah, what's going on in the southern waterfront and so on. Yeah, if you will compare that and how, then you may have a few district you know, you may say, I can invest in district 1, I can also invest in district 4, I can also invest in district 5. How? So we want to do a comparison or market analysis around there to help you. But of course, all this, remember, all this analysis is based on past transaction. Okay, you still need to combine what you learned yesterday, which is your confidence or your analysis of what's ahead. Okay, and strike a balance from there. Okay, before I move on, Michael got a question. Based on the likely profile in OCR, suburbans, urban area, are units with more bedrooms a better option there than 1 to 2 bedroom? Okay, so this is a very good discussion point. Now, Michael, can I ask you, this one, will it be for your own stay or for your for investment? Yeah, could be either. Yeah. So now a bit tough already. You need to know your objective. Okay. Why do I say so? Because once you do have an objective, right? You do have a goalpost, right? Everything become theory. With no action done. But I totally understand where Michael is coming from. Okay, why? Because I also got friends and clients like that. I want to buy this property. Okay, maybe I want to rent out now, but maybe 3 years later when my kids grow up already, I may want to stay there. So it become combo. So property got this characteristic lah. Okay, so I totally understand where Michael is coming from. So to make it a short answer, I will say that because based on your phrasing of your question, likely profile in OCR, right? Okay, I will say that because OCR is a mass market, and because mass market are generally homestayer, definitely I would think that units that have more bedrooms will cater to a bigger crowd of buyers, meaning that you find yourself able to find buyers easier. Okay, but does it necessarily mean that you can get a better profit? So you need to ask yourself, does it necessarily you buy more rooms you get a better profit than you buy 1 or 2 bedroom. Okay, so that one depends on your entry price already. Okay, so there's just now the Excel, you know, we sort A to Z. That one come in very important. Okay, you can whether your definition of better option means can I put it this way? If your definition of better option means to sell to sell with a better profit, then you have to look at your entry price. If your definition of better option is having easier to sell, better liquidity, then maybe you may want to look at more buyers, which is probably the more bedrooms one. Okay, but I give you a very interesting scenario. Okay, when markets start to go down, right? Okay, affordability becomes so important. Okay, because it's when market is good, right? Everybody can buy more, can buy bigger, can buy luxury. You know, I want bigger, I want more. But when market comes down, it becomes a need market. Everybody, I need a house means I need. Yeah. So I remember when the market comes out about 1.4 like that, 1.4, 1.5 like that, then there are a lot of small units that is quantum low one, right? Even 1 bedroom, right? Quantum about 600,000 like that. They go very fast. Why? Because the PR need to buy. PR quantum very low ma. Or people who need to buy one cannot afford to keep renting one. So quantum becomes so important at that time, you know. Yeah. Then when quantum becomes so important at the time, all the 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms start to move. Yeah. So this is some interesting observation. Saidip asking, since we are talking about resale properties, should we also think about the lease period left? Yes, precisely. So all these definitely we want to know your objective, and during the one-to-one is easier for us to go in further. Is that as critical in the thinking process? My short answer here would be depends on which area you buy. Okay, depends on which area you buy. Okay. Hope I answer your question. But let me just add a bit more so that I can help you on that. So you must see the demographic lah. Okay, like demand and supply. So like in Punggol, right, there are so many new houses. Okay, it doesn't makes your new house your 5-year-old house, right, in 3 years time become old house already. That's how fast, you know, because it's a new town, mature, such a new town. But how your probably your 5 years old house in let's say in mature estate, like maybe like Ang Mo Kio like that, it becomes quite an advantage, you see, because surrounding all old house Yeah, so these are the things we want to take note on when
Sorry, just to add on to that, Ken. So
Yeah.
like the spreadsheet that you shared with us to do the analysis and the comparison, right? I mean, I'm just asking because I think we haven't spoken about this in detail so far. So I just wanted to understand your view and thought process. When, for example, when we look at the spreadsheet, of course, we talk about the common logical things, the PSF, and also the district, etc. But I think we didn't mention about the lease left on the property. So I just want to understand how critical is that to view as a component when looking at resale properties. So I understand your answer. Your answer is saying it's maybe critical for some areas, but I want to know if it's critical for the other areas, or is there a general way to think about this? I'll tell you the basis, right? Because you speak to some people, and then their explanation is that, hey, Singapore got limited land law, doesn't matter, you buy anything, it will be redeveloped in the future. We so far in Singapore don't have any property that finished 99 years law. So he said, don't worry about the lease left, just see what you look at the PSF, area comparison, etc.
Okay, maybe I go in this angle. This age thing, balance lease thing, right, is a very interesting story. We can talk very long. There's some history to it. Okay, your question, your statement just now about, it's okay that Singapore, this statement was really okay last time. Then if I can remember, in 2016, there was an article comes out. This article was a auntie pointing to her landed house. The caption was saying, "My house is still there. How can you say my house no more value already?" Okay, so really, it reached 99 already, and government just take. So the auntie was not happy lah. But there's no follow up lah. So I didn't know is there any follow up. But it was the article. We start to feel the market change. The market start to, oh my goodness, really leh, 99 years really government will take back leh. You will start to have this mindset change already. 2017, I remember that time I think one of ministers come and say that HDB is not a roof, it's not a investment, but it's a roof. Why I talk about HDB because it was then all about who about HDB that people start to realize that the balance lease is start to really have an impact in their future value. Okay, then I think same year it comes out about en bloc. I remember there's an article. It says that only 4% of the properties can be en bloc. That article I probably can find and show you. That means out of 100 only 4 can en bloc. And people start to, wow. Then how? Really how? So we don't have a answer, if really 99-year house how will it happen after 99 years? So this translate to the buyer's psychology over the recent years. We feel that, or we find that people start to get more and more sensitive on the age of the house already. So will this snowball and carry on in future? This one maybe something to think about it. Saidip, you want to say something?
No. So when you look at the spreadsheet and when you just look at property in general, do you have like a guideline or do you have a practice? Maybe not guideline, maybe a practice that you say, hey, after this period, I won't touch it last.
Okay. Generally, I will be careful for generally, it's just an observation. Generally, I'll be careful for 99-year lease property that is about 20 to 25 years old. Generally, okay.
Maybe Saidi, I just want to jump in here. I think what Ken is trying to say here is that end of the day, buying property is not a commodity After a while, when you drill down to the actual unit, then you compare that all this is actually very clear already. Okay, so what we actually going to give you is actually guideline, but on the point on for example, specific question, if let's say after a while you actually drill down to maybe 3 property, then you look at the 3 property in detail, then all this is actually very clear. I think that's what we are trying to get at here.
Understand. So some of the things, right, are very clear, right? Like the PSF comparison, etc. That one is very apple to apple kind of comparison, right? But would you disqualify a property because it's 30-year-old? Is that something that you would normally do in your practice?
Okay, so for my this one depends on person to person. I think we had discussion yesterday. I think Christine was saying she like older properties, no issue.
Yeah.
Okay, if you ask for me, okay, that is definitely not my top preference. That is definitely not my top preference. If I have a choice, I wouldn't want to go for it. Okay, but if let's say, for example, I have to stay just next to MRT station is so important, must be walking distance, and there's only one property there, which is there, then maybe I have to take it. Or I see en bloc opportunities in there, even though it's old. Then I take it. So it really it really boils down to when we actually let's say decided, okay, now I've decided I want to stay in Telok Blangah. Then I go to Telok Blangah, I actually look at what are the units I can choose from. Or there are this unit, or 3 of them is new, one of them is old. Then you compare. Of course, the old one will minus point from them. But let's say the old one is $1,000 per square feet cheaper. Do I actually want to consider, then you compare side by side. That is very clear for you already. But to answer your question, yes, I will actually have a discount to the age.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Emin. Thanks, Emin. Yeah. So Michael was saying, was asking for the example between 2-bedroom Marina One and 4-room Sengkang. Oh, sorry, just now I thought because you were saying OCR. So okay, if you're talking about Marina and the Sengkang, then you must ask yourself what is the affordability of the buyers demographic there in Marina One versus your Sengkang. Okay, so if you know that Marina One, the buyers, the profile is what kind of buyers, then probably and a lot of rental there. Okay, because remember yesterday we talked about growth area, how many employment and so on, and what is the rental going to be? Is it going to keep on building? People will need to rent, yeah. So it becomes like the rental story is quite strong in Marina there also. Okay, and then of course Sengkang Grand is 4-room, usually it's more for what? Homestay. Okay. Michael was saying I was coming from a perspective that maybe less people will want to buy a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom in OCR if their focus is on family owned stay. Yeah, it's a fair statement. If they are buying there for own stay, definitely I would think 3-bedroom would be a better choice. Yeah, but of course there are young families who are okay, who have who only just have one kid. 2-bedroom is enough for them. Yeah, and Marina there, that area, if they want to really stay down there and go for the growth, yeah. So many things, different profile. Okay, different profile, different age. Yeah. So if let's say you are a person who have 5 kids, definitely you will not go for 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom. You see, so whether less people will buy 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom in OCR in the future, then we have to really combine your knowledge from the growth story and your buyer demographic and so on. Okay, so what's next I prepared here is, oh wow, what is this? So you have this in your notes also. This is not the trend line. Okay, I wanted to plot this so that we can have a good visual. Okay, of course, maybe next quarter or next year, this will be what I call it outdated already. But I just want to help you all on this point to really understand the importance of affordability. Okay, so what is this? This is the transaction data from January to December 2020, which is your Excel, right? All the data, I put it here. So this chart here is all about PSF. Okay, so we have the lowest PSF, which is this one, and the highest PSF, which is this one. So this is not trend line. Don't see this as a trend line because why? The bottom here is your district. Okay, District 1, District 2, District 3, District 4, District 5. Okay, so as I said, today you're not here trying to become an advisor, you see, so that you can advise more people, you see. Today we are here because you got an objective. Either you want to buy house, you want to sell house, or in future you want to invest, so what is your objective? Then from there, we can slowly fine tune. Now, what does this show here is, this one is in District 1. Okay, this is the lowest PSF transacted last year. This is the highest PSF transacted last year. Okay, so can you see that straight away you have a feel. Straight away you have a feel that this is the range that District 1 buyers are looking at. And it's already done deal. They are willing to transact at this price. Straight away have a feel already. Okay. Then let's say you want to buy East Coast. East Coast is the best one. Okay. So you also know this is the feel. Okay. Or let's say you want to buy District 20. You also know the range already. Okay, so what does it going to tell us? That the buyers in District 20, right? Okay, about 2,000 like that. So anything about 2,000, you're considered on the higher range already. So one route you can have a good feel of the market. So if today then you ask yourself this question. You must really ask yourself this question before you actually go in. If I buy a property at 2,000 PSF in District 20, in future, how much I want to sell? Okay, if let's say in future I want to sell 2,005, can my buyer in future sustain? Am I realistic enough? So that's what I mean by affordability of your future buyers. Yeah. But let's say if you able to find a property that is lower, can you see you have a margin there? Okay, you can say buy at 1,007, you have a margin there. Okay, so this is about PSF. Okay, so let's say you feel that you are buying at at the more PSF sensitive areas, then you may want to compare PSF. Okay, then let's say if you say, okay, I am buying quantum is more important for me. Okay, then let's look at quantum. This is quantum. Okay, so in, let's say, district 20 again, just now we saw district 20, right? Then the lowest transacted there is about 628. The highest is about 3.4 million. Okay. So just now the question, hey, would you buy in district 19, 4-bedroom, or would you buy district Marina 1 over here? You see, Marina 1, if it's for investment, the buyers here can go up to what, 20 million one. This is the kind of profile that you are exposing yourself to. So a 2 million property there is at a low range. Okay, but I'm not saying that most people will transact at 20 million. I'm saying that there are transactions in around that range, highest transaction over there. Okay, so of course then you see your district 9, 10, 11, high lah. Okay, district 12 also start to get quite high. But you must then you ask yourself, is there anything happening in district 12 or not? Is there anything happening in district 12 or not? Why people are paying this much? If there's a reason, okay, good. If there's no reason, is there a possible reason that people are overpaying? Or what tells me about the profile there? So all this can help you in your analysis. And I think something interesting I want to share here is about the volume lah. Okay, so these black color things are all the volume. Okay, and you can see that the one that really sticks out is here lah, district 19 lah. So much volume here. That means last year, so many transactions over there. Yeah. So I always feel that this kind of data, we can actually see in two angles. What are the angles we are talking about? First angle is this. So many people buy there already. Is it the supply? Is it is it the demand going to dry up soon? Or the other question, so many people buy there. Is that means in future got a lot of demand there, continue like that? Okay, so all these are really down to discussion and really depends on your objective. Like for example, if let's say Heiko today is looking for investment property for 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, looking for rental one, and then Xiaowi is looking for own stay one, maybe at elderly district, then it becomes very irrelevant for you if I were to go through every district's characteristic. So that's why I think Amy and John was thinking for the brilliant one-to-one session. Okay, so I hope this will give you a good gauge. Maybe what happening will be, you can ask some questions here. I'm almost done, so we can open for some discussion or questions. Or Emin and John want to add on anything? That one,
Okay,
Michael, that one, I'm sorry.
Maybe I'll just share a bit more then, since I think there's some interest on the spreadsheet. Maybe Heiko, I can give some guidance on how you can play the spreadsheet. Then you can form some of the opinion. Of course, during the 2-to-1, we can actually chat a bit more. You can do some growth. So Ken, you don't mind, let me just share the screen.
Let me just, okay.
So Heike asked about the district, right? You know, so just now what we actually have done is within district that we can actually compare. So down here, if you actually want to compare across districts, you can also. Okay, I can just let me just do a resetting of the spreadsheet. Okay, so if you actually want to do like district comparison, usually we start a budget. So let's say, for example, I want to look for 1,000 square feet property. So this is what I do here. I actually go to area, then maybe I just go number filter. I just put between. So maybe greater than 800, lesser than 1,002. Okay. Then I have a budget, usually have a budget. So I can actually go like, for example, down here, the price. I want the price to be actually, let's say, less than or equal to maybe 1.5 million. Okay, then you can actually very quickly do a district comparison. And so what I have done here is this: I actually have stated my budget. I've stated the size I'm actually looking for. And down here, I can see what are the available units across different properties. So of course, if I want it to be neater, I can actually just sort here first. Sort based on name, then after that sort by district. So I can see what I can choose from based on this district. So 1.5 million, if I am actually looking for 1,000 square feet one, I can even get something at the Sale Marina for information. Then from here, you can actually compare very easily across different districts already. So obviously, if let's say, if you can even afford the Sale Marina, why would you actually want to buy something like, why do you actually want to buy something further off so you can actually compare it this way. So of course, nothing against places like Seletar or Yishun, to which its own, but from here you can easily see what are the options you can choose from. Also personally, I will actually start here. I look at the prime district first. So if I can find the sale, if you think that no the sale maybe too old, or you just don't like stay in CBD, then maybe I want to look at District 3. District 3 is actually in Tiong Bahru. Can I get anything new in Tiong Bahru? Again, maybe not really. So you can actually find things like Caribbean. Again, if you want new one, not really. If you actually want only new ones, let's see whether you can actually find things here. You can actually type here new ones on the new sale. So if you want new one, you can then try Clavon, Kent Ridge Residence, District 5. Okay, District 5, and so on and so forth. So from here, you can actually do like a comparison. So in terms of which one is undervalued, again, if you want to actually answer from this perspective, so of course you can also do that. So if let's say, you are thinking of buying something in Canberra, buying something in Canberra, so you are actually going to pay something like this is area. Okay, this is K is per square feet, right? This is per square feet. Yeah, it's something going to pay like $1,000 per square feet, for Canberra. And it's about, okay, let's say this unit, about 1 million. So again, you can actually shrink down. So let's say I actually, my PSF, I actually also shrink down between, let's say 900 to 1,001. Okay. Then only new ones. So you may actually want to ask yourself, Canberra, okay, on the north side, Again, nothing against on-site. I also have other choices like Piedmont Grand in Sengkang. And I even have choices like the Alps Residence, which is actually at Tampines. So do you actually think that, hey, maybe Tampines has better growth? Okay, so if you ask me, maybe down here, okay, maybe probably Canberra is actually still quite fairly priced. It may not be really undervalued. But if let's say if you talk about comparing with the resale, okay, let's say we look at resale. Maybe down here you can see a bit more disparity. So if let's say, for example, imagine you actually go and see 8 Courtyard. Okay, 8 Courtyard, again, District 27. You have to actually pay, like, for example, about 1.14 for 1,000 square feet unit. But then you can also find something like Waterview, District 18. Or either that, you can also find things like Blue Horizon, District 5, or Dover Park. Okay, will you actually want to consider? I mean, my point here is this: you're actually talking about 2 old condos, one in District 5, one is District 27, and both about the same price. Okay, will you actually want to consider those in better district first before you actually consider the one on District 27? So that's the point I'm actually trying to stress here. And so from here you can actually see what are the more likely undervalued properties if you actually want to choose from this angle. Okay, so Heike, I'm not sure I answered your question. I may not answer directly, but my point here is this: maybe you want to play around, you actually can compare, and you have a better understanding of what is actually offering a different district. Of course, when we come to the one-to-one session, then we can actually answer questions more specific to your needs. Okay. So basically this spreadsheet, there is a lot of rooms for you to play with. What we actually just shown you is just 2 common ones. Okay, one is you already have a property in mind. Okay, then with the property, you actually compare with comparables. Okay, which is either we are compared with property around the same district, or either that based on the property PSF price, area, and quantum, you compare what else is actually available. Then from there, you can see whether this property is it fairly priced, overpriced, underpriced. Okay, so that's one way we use this spreadsheet. The other one is, of course, if you have within the district, you can see what is the cheapest property within the district. Probably that's undervalued, or either that within your budget, you can compare, like what I did just now is like, okay, within this budget, what is the cheapest you can actually buy? So these are the few ways you can actually consider. Yeah, that is